Ms. Gilbert, as a former small business owner myself, I can definitely relate to your story. Do you believe that the ideas in H.R. 4219 could work hand in hand with a separate paid family leave effort, and do you see any obstacles to pursuing both?
So I think that that both are equally important, and I think as a small business owner, it's all a matter of looking at what the revenues are and the costs are, and what we can actually do. And so whatever happens as far as federal legislation, it needs to be flexible enough for employers like myself that are small business owners that it doesn't ruin us. In a sense, I mean, how quickly we forget that it wasn't that long ago when we came out of the Great Recession, and everyone was just trying to make it in their businesses and keep their employees and not lay anybody off. And that is certainly what I did as an employer myself. So as we look at any kind of legislation that would dictate some kind of paid leave, it really needs to remain flexible and in the choice of the employers and the employees, and that's what I appreciate about this. What we've heard a lot of today are the different states, and one example I'd like to use is, imagine if we didn't have the 401k plans that we have today. We're already in a retirement savings crisis in America, and if we didn't have the 401k plan available across state lines in the United States for people all over, portable, being able to take it from one employer to the next, where would we be? In the same way, I think that it's time for us to modernize the workforce, look at this concept of flexible workplaces, as well as having paid leave that's important to employers and employees, and to have this kind of flexible framework for the employers and the employees is a great solution.
Thank you. And Senator Goldin, there have been a number of paid family leave proposals floated in Congress. It is important for us to rally around one that both Republicans and Democrats can support. Can you please say a little bit more about how paid family leave has benefited your state?
Absolutely. Thank you very much for that question. I am very proud of the work that we have done in Rhode Island on paid family leave. It's based on our temporary disability insurance, which has existed since 1942, which means decades of employees have been able to access wage replacement when they've had a medical emergency themselves. That obviously is a lifesaver in a way that we prevent people from falling into poverty in those times. When we added temporary caregiver insurance, we added an additional, we carved 4 weeks that could be used to care for a seriously ill loved one or welcome a new child into your home. And so that is an addition for a woman who's pregnant. You would still have access to the TDI system and then the additional 4 weeks. So it's a longer family leave in that sense. And it's also job protected. And one of the things we have seen from the research is that people are very worried that even using this leave that is job protected will mean that they will still get fired, and it prevents some people from using the leave. I want to make sure that whatever we do moving forward in this nation ensures that when people need access to leave, they're able to get it. Small businesses like it because it's a way for them to level the playing field. They don't, Rhode Island, we're a very small state. We have a very regional economy with Massachusetts and Connecticut next door. My small IT firms can't compete with Google, but Google exists in Massachusetts. And so this is a way for them to be able to level the playing field and recruit and retain the best and brightest employees into our state, too. It is a way that my own constituents have told me that they have wanted to stay in the state because it sends a message that we have a culture in our state that values the people who live and work there.
Thank you. As the father of 4 daughters who are working moms, this is an issue that's very important, and I think trying to find something that we can all come together to actually make it happen is important for me. So thank you all for your testimony. Yield back.